Hello, everyone, and welcome. Today, what we're going to be doing is week 3 review of where the seedlings are. And then I also have some shishito peppers that are finally ready to be planted in their own containers. As you can see, let's see here. These are the shishitos, and then there, and then right here as well. It's some chamomile that's mixed in. We're gonna leave those bad boys where they are right now. But I will be taking the shishito peppers out and putting them in their containers, and I'll show you what I use right now for that. And then following up on where the other seedlings are for week 3. The other thing I want to give you all a heads up about is that I am currently in our, living room area. I usually do not do my seeds in here. However, we have not done our greenhouse yet. And it's wintertime in Alabama. So it's actually still kind of cold outside. And so I do have some of those cloths that I could normally lay down on the ground, but I'm about to clean up afterwards and I'm not doing a whole lot, and so I don't mind doing this in the house. But just to give you all a heads up, sometimes playing with dirt is messy. So you do want to make sure that you're in a place to where if you are going to get dirt on, wherever you don't mind. What I have are the red plastic cups, and I have put some slits in the bottom of them, and I'll try to do a close-up of that. That way water can get to the plant as needed. These were originally used for other type of seedlings, and so I have my Sharpie here that I am going to go ahead and label these, because I need to know what they are, because at this point these peppers look similar to tomato seeds, or I have several different types of pepper seeds. I want to make sure that I have them labeled. That's also the good thing about using these little cups. I can use them over and over again, and I can write on them as needed. Okay. These already have some dirt in them, as you can see. A couple of them do, anyway. Normally, one of the things that I like to do is go ahead and get my dirt a little damp before I even put it in the cups. It just makes it easier, for me anyway, to go ahead and have a damp soil before we even put it in there. But these, I'm gonna have to put a little water in, which is also why I have my tray. So that way, I don't make a big mess here in the living room. I have to look at the way that these are spelled sometimes, because, yeah, sometimes my spelling isn't the best. But at the end of the day, it's your garden. As long as you know what it is, that's what matters. I have 5 different plants that, 5 different seedlings that I want to take from the tray and put into their own cups today. So I'm going to work on doing that. Since these are not damp already, I have a little water here that I am going to put in here. I like to go ahead and do it before I put the plants in, so the water has, so the dirt has a chance to settle. Because if not, what I find that happens is you'll think the dirt has settled enough which is why I also like to put it in there damp already. But you will think the dirt has settled enough, and you put your plant in there and then you water around it, and then your plant begins to sink. So that's why I like to work with soil that is already damp. And if you are the type of person that don't like to get their hands dirty, go ahead and put on some gloves. It's okay. I am going to be doing my nails a little later on anyway, and I keep my nails pretty low. They grow very well. I don't like long nails because I like to play in dirt, and I type a lot and other things like that. So I don't mind putting my hand in dirt. So that's part of the fun of gardening. All right. And I'm just moving the dirt around a little bit, making sure that it's good and moist, and it is. And I'm just gonna take it and kind of put a little hole in the center there for where, I don't know if you could tell, a little hole in the center right there. So I can put my seedling there. And when I get my seedlings out, I do like to kind of get the dirt that is around it as well, if possible, and kind of transplant it all together. And I'm going to do this one the same. Put a little hole there in the middle. And take my other seedling here. I try to go down as far as I can. And just put it in the middle. Some people like to use the seed trays that have several different slots in them, maybe 16 that are like smaller. Those are good as well, because then you can just take that whole slot out and put it in the center of these. These are fine for me. I don't mind kind of separating it, and I space them out in the tray enough. I usually only put maybe 2 or 3, as you can see, 2 or 3 in each slot. So that way, as they grow, they have enough space in between to where I can separate them. You can see them there, right there. Yeah. Ooh, that one has some long, nice roots right there. And this one, I have not cut the slits in yet, so I want to make sure that I cut slits in that. And for that, you can use any shears that you want. These are some of my gardening shears. I usually use these mainly for cutting things. I don't really use them for anything that I do with the plants as far as pruning. This is usually stuff that I usually use these like on my landscape fabric and cups. And then I have others that I use for pruning. These technically could be used for pruning as well. I have several pairs of shears, and this is just the set that I don't use for that. So all I like to do is just on the bottom of the cup, just get pretty close to the end of it and cut. Oh. It's weird doing it this way. So just take it and cut the bottom. And they will kind of swing. Especially the way that I'm doing it now. I'm trying to make sure that you all can see what I'm doing. And then just cut some slits. Okay. Now I'm going to put some dirt in these. And then I just have some seed starting mix that I bought from a big box store. This isn't seed starting mix that I have created myself. I haven't gotten that far yet in my process of to where I create my own seed starting mix and have my own dirt. I still use what is in the store because for right now, that is what's convenient for me and what works with my lifestyle. So eventually I do want to get to the place to where I have all of my own seed starting mixes. Right now, I use what I have. The important thing is that I'm growing. And I just take the cup and dip it in the bag. Get a good scoop of it. Make sure that I pack it down. See where it is. I'll go ahead and do my other one as well. Okay, so I have those filled. Take a little water, and it looks like I'm gonna get some more water. But I like to, as you all know, water my dirt first so it can settle. This is the week 3 review on the seedlings. The thing that has changed the most this week, as you can see, the Roma tomato, it has more leaves this week. They're growing. And then that's another Roma tomato back there. There's a gold nugget that is also getting its extra leaves this week. Another gold nugget tomato. Seems like the Roma, they're the ones that are getting the largest, the quickest, that are growing faster. The beef steak, they're doing well. That one back there has another leaf on it. And then the marigold, week 3, not too much difference when it comes to the marigolds. You can see some of them are beginning to get ready to put on an extra layer. Then with the chamomile, they're still growing well. This is the tray that I took the Shishito peppers out of, that are there in the back that we planted. The oregano are still doing good back there in the back. marjoram here, thyme, all still doing well. Sweet potatoes still the same. The basil are growing more this week. Creeping thyme still doing well. And then I also decided to do a couple of sage plants and a summer savory. So we'll see how those germinate and how they do. That's it for week 3.